What unethical experiment do you think would be interesting if conducted? Breed giant-sized or mini-humans intentionally over generations to see how big or small humans can become. Edit, guys, it says unethical, therefore living to a ripe old age in great health wouldn't exactly be necessary for the experiment. Clone a known serial killer. Make let's say 24 or so. Intentionally raise them in a variety of environments including the one they were raised in. Track how many if any become killers. Testing the nature versus nurture argument. Raising a child in a completely 1960s themed atmosphere and then abruptly exposing them to the modern world when they are between the ages of 15 and 18. We've cloned a sheep. Time to clone a human. I feel like this was probably done behind closed doors already. Selectively breed apes for intelligence to produce another sapient species. Edit, replaced sentient with sapient after getting my definitions updated. Learn something new every day. Clone some average person 10,000 times. Keep each clone in a clean environment their entire lives and feed each one a different type of food. See which ones get cancer or Alzheimer's, etc. Just to try and zero in on those diseases. Allow a woman to become pregnant and have a child in zero gravity and allow them to develop there. Perhaps several generations. I wonder what the actual changes would be, both in the womb and early, but also generationally. Raise an entire village of people who believe Star Wars is real. Raise them under, let's say, imperial occupation. Hell, we could even stage a murder of a supposed rebel by Darth Vader. And then suddenly when everyone turns 21, reveal the truth to them. All this stuff about forbidding doping and steroids. What if we take one professional sport, and just say go nuts, take it all, backed by actual doctors and scientists, paid by big money? Let's see how many absurd ways we can push the human body. What can it really do, when pushed to the extreme? Cycling or MMA would be preferred. Essentially Lord of the Flies. Take 50 10-year-olds who have never met. Lock them in Walmart or someplace fully stacked with everything they need to survive. Give them no access to the outside world and no way to escape. See what happens. Edit, for the countless people saying boys and girls alone, this was not anywhere close to anything real. It only lasted 5 days. There were cameramen and support staff who interacted regularly with the kids, and the kids were given direction and tasks to complete. It was probably about as close as people can ethically get to this experiment, but it was not in any way comparable to the real situation. Gather a group of varied children from different races and places from around the world. Raise and educate them with absolutely no sense of history, nationality, or religion. Purely secular education. Then study to see what prejudices they manage to come up with on their own. Train a gorilla using modern fitness and diet schemes and see what a super gorilla is capable of. What happens if someone has goggles fitted from birth that only allow things to be seen in black and white and the goggles are removed at age 25? Brain experiments on living humans. We don't do it for ethical reasons, but it would help move things forward much faster. How many duck-sized horses would it take to beat a horse-sized duck? What if we bring back the Colosseum? There's so much vitriol and hate for the other side. How about everyone who wants to fight meets up, hand to hand only, we televise it to raise money for a good cause, let everyone hash it out. And then the world becomes a lot more peaceful, smiley face. The Olympics, but athletes have free access to all performance-enhancing drugs and biotechnology possible, no restrictions. See how low the 100-meter record can go, how far a javelin can be thrown. Take away a billionaire's money and see if they can raise themselves up by their own bootstraps. Do corrupt politicians feel pain? CEO and his lowest paid staff swaps lives for a year. Separating twins at birth. That actually has been done, deliberately a couple of times. Whether exposing keyboard warriors with a radical opinion online to real war on the ground changes their opinion. Raise a group of children in a typical Western setting, or as much as is possible, but without any knowledge of religion. Then when they're adults, introduce them to all the world's religions in a job fair type setting and see if they feel the need to join any of them. I strongly need to preface this with I do not support this at all. I am just curious what the results would be. Forced detoxification. Now before people say that is what prisons do, I'm not talking about prisons. When a junkie is arrested and they are found to be on a substance, they are sent to an actual detox facility where they will do it correctly. Just in this case against the patient's will. It's highly unethical and I do not actually want people to do this. I would just be very interested to see the results of whether this actually works or not. Eugenics, try to breed different kinds of humans. Make some soldiers, some geniuses, some just basic worker drones. Maybe some 12-foot tall basketball players, that kind of thing.